A very good morning, dear students. Basically, today we are going to discuss a special topic. Why I'm calling it special? Basically, this topic, the dipole-dipole interaction in the chapter electrostatics, is not being taught in school in that extent, but it is quite important for your competitive point of view, and not only in the NEET exam, but also in the JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. So basically, whenever you're going to start these topics, we are going to discuss, we are going to start with a particular question so that we can understand that properly. So let us begin with the question. The question is given as when two dipoles of dipole moment, P1 and P2. So you can see here, we have drawn two dipoles. We have taken here four charges. We have already drawn it earlier. So this is one of the dipoles, say, this is the negative charge. This is positive charge, this is negative charge, and this is the positive charge. These are the two dipoles. You can understand these two dipoles having positive and negative charges are separated by a small distance. And here you know that dipole moment directions is always given from the negative charge to the positive charge, right? So here I'm saying the dipole moment of this particular dipole system, say any dipoles like HCl having permanent dipole moment. Say this dipole moment is P1 directed from the negative to positive charge. Here also dipole moment is P1 directed from the negative to positive charge. Say this is P2. Okay. And the center to center separations between these two dipoles, I'm considering, say this is R. Let me explain first of all the diagram, then I'm telling you the question, what is actually you have to find out. So this is R is given. So which of the following options is the correct about the interaction between the two dipoles, right? This is what that is why we are calling the topic as dipole-dipole interaction. So the four options are: force is negative, force is attractive, and force is inversely proportional to R square, force is repulsive, inversely proportional to R square, force is attractive, inversely proportional to 1 by R square, and force is repulsive, inversely proportional to 1 by R square. So this is what you have to find out, the nature of the force, and if you can find out the magnitude of the force also, from there you can say that with respect to R, how the force is actually depending on. So how you can solve that? There are basically two particular special topics in the dipole that you have to study: dipole-dipole interaction. Whenever you're saying dipole-dipole interaction particularly, so basically there are two things that you have to study, right? Whenever that these two dipoles are kept in the axial point, and whenever the two dipoles are kept in the equatorial point. I'm not talking about that electric field one calculations. Yes, obviously this calculation will also include the electric field calculation. Here you can understand the dipoles are placed in an axial point. So these dipoles are kept in an axial point. You may ask a question. You may say, sir, if the dipoles, you have drawn the dipoles like this. So positive, one of the positive charge of the dipole is close to the one of the negative charge of the dipole. Now, if I reverse the dipole 2, which is having the dipole moment P2, if I reverse the charge, for example, if the charge was positive charge is close to the positive charge of another dipole and the negative charge is that side, then what will happen? That also can be calculated. But here in this particular scenario, which option should be correct? Let us find out. Then automatically you can understand what could be the answer of the second case that I have told you. Now, how you can go for the answer? See what is happening actually. See, this dipole P1 will create some part of electric field, near the dipole P2. Okay, so dipole P2 is actually in the electric field of P1. So now tell me how you can say that what is the amount of electric field. Now with respect to P1, this point, if I consider this point is in the axial point, and you can understand the direction of the P1. If the direction of P1 is this, then what will be the direction of the electric field at that point? It will be also along the same direction you have calculated during the calculation of electric field due to the dipole. The electric field, because of this 1 at the position of the 2, okay, will be along this direction. Okay, and what will be the electric field value? You know that the electric field at the position of 2 because of 1 should be equals to, what will be the value? You know that this is going to be 2kp1 divided by what? The distances are. So 2kp1 divided by rq. P1 is also the vector. So 2kp1 divided by rq. This is what? Electric field due to dipole 1 at the position of dipole 2. So now, if we know the value of electric field, basically our objective is to calculate the force. You know, this force is a kind of conservative force because we are talking about the electric force, the electrostatic force here. So that force can be expressed as negative gradient of the potential energy. You know that F equals to minus du by dx whenever you are saying a conservative force field. So for that particular case, the force is written negative gradient of the potential energy. So if it is negative gradient of the potential energy, I need to find out the value of the potential energy, right? So how you can find out the potential energy of the dipole 2? Because dipole 2 is already in the electric field of some other dipole, that is dipole 1. So whenever I'm calculating the potential energy, stored in dipole 2. So you know that the value is written as minus PE cos theta, right? E equals to minus PE cosine of theta, or else you can say this is minus in terms of vector scalar product E dot E, right? This is minus PE cos theta. Now this PE I've just written the in general form, but you have to write considering all these parameters P1, P2, E21 and all these stuffs. So how we can write down the potential energy because of P2. So this is going to be minus P2. And what is the electric field at the position of P2? That is E21. So P2, E21, I can write down in terms of vector P2 dot E21. And what is the angle between this dipole moment E2 and the E21? You know, E21 is also along this direction. Let me write it here. This E21 is also along the direction of P2. Because of this dipole moment P1, the electric field that I've calculated at the point P2 will be in the same direction, that is in the positive x-axis direction, and P2 is already in the positive x-axis direction. So both of them are parallel. So angle between this P2 and E21, you can understand that is 0 degree. So I can write down it is going to be cos 0, that is 1. Finally, we can write down P2 into P21. So that is finally the potential energy is. So now the moment I get the potential energy, you can put the value of the E21 over here. So if I put the value of E21, so finally I'm getting this is 2k P1 P2 divided by RQ. So that is the value of potential energy. So from there, I need to calculate the value of the force. So how you can find out the value of force? So force equals to the electrostatic force, that is a conservative force field. So this is going to be minus du by dr. Well, if I do that, so minus d by dr of this is going to be minus 2k P1 P2 divided by RQ. So this minus I can bring outside, so it becomes plus. And 2k P1 P2, this is also being constant. So plus 2k P1 P2, I can get differentiation of 1 by RQ. So 1 by RQ R to the power minus 3. So minus nx to the power n minus 1 I can write down. So finally you get 2k P1 P2. This is going to be minus 3 r to the power minus 4. So finally I get minus 6k P1 P2 divided by r to the power 4. So the value of force that I have got finally, let me write it here, minus 6k P1 P2 divided by r to the power 4. Notice one thing carefully, you have already come to understand that with respect to r, how the F is proportional with. So this force will be proportional with 1 by r to the power 4. We can neglect the option number 1 and 2. So the correct answer is within the option C and D. And what is the nature of the force? You can see here the negative sign in the force. This negative sign indicates what? This is negative sign in the force indicates the attractive nature of the force. This is attractive. So the correct answer will be your option number C. The force is attractive and it is proportional to 1 by r to the power 4. By a common also, you can understand this positive and negative are close to each other. So kind of attraction will take place between these two dipoles, right? So this is how we can find out the answer. Got it? Now, in the similar way, if I change the orientation of the dipole, then what is going to happen? For example, let us come to this page and let us draw the diagram again. This is one of my charge. This is one of my charge. I'm not changing the color of the charges to consume some time. This is the another charge. This is the another charge of the other dipole. And let us say this is now positive charge. Now this is the negative charge. Okay, Acha, sorry. In the previous diagram, we have drawn positive and negative close to each other. So let us make it positive also. And this is the negative charge and this is the negative charge. By a common thought, you can understand this positive charge is going to repel each other. So there could be a repulsive force. And what would be the nature of the force with respect to the R? R money, that is the center to center separation between these two dipoles, which is R. You can calculate at home also that thing. Okay, this is the R. And okay, so similarly, this dipole moment direction is from the negative to positive charge. So P1 would be along this direction. This is P1, and P2 will be from the negative to positive charge. So this is going to be the direction of P2. Okay. Now, if I want to find out the force, interactive force between this P1 and P2, how I can find out? So I need to find out the value of the electric field at the position of the 2 because of the dipole moment P1. So you know that the E21 now will be along these directions because P1 is along this direction. So in the same direction of P1, the value of electric field we are going to get, that is E21, right? So now you observe carefully. And what is the value of E21? E21 is as usually same, that is 2K P1 divided by RQ. Let us give the vector sign also. Now observe carefully that the P2 vector and the E21 vector are at an angle of 180 degree. So this angle is now 180 degree. But in the previous calculation, you can see here the E21 vector and the P2 vector was the same direction, right? So this is 180 degree angle. So finally, now whenever we are going to calculate the potential energy because of the dipole P2, so potential energy due to dipole 2, so that is U, and you know that value is minus P2 vector dot E21 vector. Now observe carefully, this P2 and E21 are antiparallel nature. So that is going to be P2 into E21 cosine of 180 degrees. So cosine of 180 degree is for -1. So the value comes as P2 into E21. That is the value of your potential energy. If I place the value of E over here, so I'm going to get 2K P1 P2 divided by RQ. So only one difference you are going to get in this expression, that this expression, the value of potential energy has come positive. So naturally the force, how the force looks like, let us see that. The force is, you know that there is minus du divided by dr. So this is minus, I can write down 2K P1 P2 d by dr of 1 by RQ, right? So finally what I get, so this is going to be minus 3 r to the power minus 4. So this minus I can adjust, I can write it plus. So this is going to be 6 K P1 P2 divided by r to the power 4. So this is the value of finally expression for the force. You can see here also the force is inversely proportional to 1 by r to the power 4. And you can understand one thing, the nature of the force will be what? This is going to be repulsive. Why? Because sign is positive. By using a common thought also, you can see here in the diagram, it is going to be repulsive in nature. The force will be repulsive because the positive are facing each other. So it is going to be repulsive. So this is how we can calculate the interaction forces between the dipoles. Now, we are going to have this topic in the next class, that whenever the dipoles are placed in the equatorial points, whenever there are two dipoles and they're placed in the equatorial points, then what could be the nature of the forces? Like we have one of the dipole is here, say this is negative charge, another dipole, another charge is here, this is positive charge. So you can understand the dipole moment is along this direction. And we have another dipole, say this is dipole P1, and here the dipole is placed like this. Okay, this is the separation. Say this is the negative charge, this is the positive charge, and this is the dipole P2. So you can understand the P2, the point P2, the point 2 is exactly in the equatorial point with compared to the dipole 1. So in that scenario, what will be the nature of the force? Whether they are attractive and repulsive. Attractive or repulsive, we can understand by the nature, by the positions of the charges. This is naturally going to be repulsive because negative will repel and positive will repel. And what about the nature of the force? I mean to say that if the center to center separation, the center to center separation is R, then what will be the how the force is related to the R. Okay, thank you very much. Today's class I'm ending over here. In the next class, we are going to discuss this particular topic. Okay.